what kinds of things are you looking for if somebody's thinking, okay, I'd like to do that in community? What do you like for them to have together?
So what they need is a partnering organization.
Okay.
And a leader, someone who's ready to take the lead. Then they can email me and we can follow up on that. And then we'll talk about getting the funding and getting everything in place and building the team. And we do all of that through phone consults. And once that is set up, then I'll come in and do an intensive training, a 3-day training with follow-ups, weekly follow-ups throughout the year.
That's great. And so when you say a partnering organization, does it need to be an autism organization, or are you looking for somebody that's just gonna, a corporation that has facilities? What's the ideal partnering organization?
It can be anything. It can be a corporation, it can be a nonprofit, it can be an autism, it can be really just to have an organization behind you so that you know where the space is going to be and you've got the community support. And we actually come in and do a whole training for the community. So the community is welcoming of us. It's really a different way of looking at autism. It's looking at autism as we're all one. We're all humans. We just perceive the world in different ways based on the way that some of us process information. So what we do is we educate the community at large to understand our kids so that we're just seen as almost a heightened level of awareness. I find that individuals with autism, contrary to popular belief, have more empathy, are the most sensitive, are the most extraordinary human beings I've ever had the opportunity to know. And we will help educate the community so that when you do a miracle project, everyone is ready.
Yeah. And I think too, there are a lot of you who are watching who write in and say, we don't have the resources that you guys have in Los Angeles. And I hear you when you say that. But I will tell you that each place that we visit, that there's a pocket of something going on. It started with one person saying, I want something here for my kid. There was a time when the Miracle Project did not exist. And Ms. Elaine Hall said, I'm going to make something for my child, and other people benefited from it. So if you don't want to have to reinvent a wheel, here's a perfect example of a program that you could get involved with, make happen in your community. And we all talk about autism awareness, right? We talk it to death. We all know that it's important. But we can't just go about it one way, right? It's not going to get it done one way. And when you think about what are the most powerful ways that really change people, you can poo-poo and say, oh, well, what difference does it make? But I guarantee you have somebody watch one of these shows, have a bank president watch one of these shows.
That's right.
And things change. And that's how things change quickly, because it's a sneak attack. They get entertained.
Ooh, I love that. It's true.
They get entertained and they go, how did I not know about this? How did I not know that people with autism could do this? And for those of you who are watching who, a lot of you got one spouse that's on point and it is like constantly getting stuff done, but the other spouse isn't there, bring them to one of these shows. You'll get them there like that.
It's so true.
I brought my husband, was it not this summer, last summer? My
Joining
husband,
the spectrum.
Yes.
Joining the spectrum.
And our Nancy Allspot Jackson, who joins me tomorrow for Let's Talk Autism with Shannon and Nancy, her son, Wyatt, was participating in the performance, so we had to go. Like, there was no possibility that we could not get there. And let me tell you, it was sold out difficult to get there. And we were having to call people so that we could say, we have to be a part of this. Because you had to add extra shows, and even then you were sold out.
That's right.
It's that
happens
good, you guys.
all the time.
No
all
doubt.
of our shows sold out.
Because people don't want to go once, they want to come 4 times, right? So I was having to work it and pull strings and go, look, we have to be there, and I need 3 seats. And they had to add chairs to the performance for my husband and my son. That's how serious it gets, y'all. And, right? And, I get to see things because of this seat that my husband doesn't get to see.
That's right.
And I come home and I tell him, and he goes, oh, that sounds great, right? But that's a different level of experiencing. He sat there and watched that and said, that's the most amazing thing I have ever seen.
Thank you.
He was so filled with the hope, and he was like, wow. Because you do see the spectrum.
Oh, yes.
And you might sit there and, the kids come out and you think, oh, well, this kid, you make a judgment sometimes about what they can do or not. That's all gone when the show's over.
Yeah.
All gone.
Yeah.
So get get this to your community,
Yeah.
and you can. If you can't do it this year, get it on.
That's
you
right.
know,
That's right.
Talk to Elaine about what you have to do to be on the list for 2016, 2017.
Right. We have one more space for 2016, 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
And then there'll be 3 spaces opening up. And you know, I forgot to talk about, we do have one other thing happening.
Okay, tell us.
This is for young adults.
Okay, love
And
that.
Yeah, it's called Improv for Interaction. And the acronym is IF-I.
Love
Improv for Interaction. And it's about using improv to rehearse for life, to practice interaction in the world. We meet every Wednesday from 5:30 to 7. Friendships are being made. It's just becoming so much fun.
Yeah.
And we're all doing creativity for interaction in the real world.
And so what ages is that?
We start at 16 and go up to 26.
Okay. And I know a lot of times you work with the regional centers, so that when
Yes.
people are thinking, oh, I can't afford it, a lot of your programs have the potential for regional center funding as well.
Yes,
It's
they have
something
to
be looked
appeal
into.
it. They have to, look into it
Yeah.
sometimes. But yes, there are kids that are getting regional center funding through it. Yeah.
Elaine, you're amazing. Your programs are amazing. We just adore you.